Hello everybody, Anna Sabramwitz here. Hope you're having a fabulous day. Listen, let's talk about interactive stories. I am your interactive storytelling coach and I'm here to give you the best advice out there on how to craft an awesome interactive story that changes behavior, gets people to have aha moments, and gets people to get motivated to actually take on the next learning in your pipeline. Jump into that learning ecosystem that you've got set up for them. Okay, so today what I'm going to talk to you about is yeah, you can craft an interactive story and you can have some characters and they can have desires and things like that, but how do you make that story actually compelling so that people actually want to finish it? And there's actually a tip I'm going to walk you through and with some awesome examples. One of them will be Shrek, the awesome movie. If you haven't seen Shrek, then you definitely should check it out. But it really is something that we need to implement in our interactive stories in order for them to be compelling, because a lot of people think that just having a character, just having them want something is enough. And you're like, well, look, I got a story. And I'm like, yeah, you got a story, but nobody cares about that story. So how do you make people care, right? All right, so first off, what I'm going to do is make sure I'm opening up all my chats here so I can see all of your feedback. And let me just check here. Cool. All right. So if you're here, I'd love for you to say hello, where you're visiting from, and let me know if you have any questions as I'm going through. I can actually see your comments. And Moheb, so awesome to have you here. Sweet. We got Egypt in the house. Cool. All right. First off, let's just talk about interactive stories, okay? And then I'll show you this awesome strategy. Hopefully you can see that. Here we go. Okay. So what's an interactive story? I mean, really, at its core, right? You got to have a character, and the character in your interactive story that's going through these challenges, which are the mini scenarios, is working towards something that they want, right? And one of the things that's kind of interesting is, I mean, why in the world would you be, using this interactive story? You would be crafting this because a lot of the audiences that you have, they're not aware that they have gaps. They're not aware that this journey, this awesome thing, this little diamond here, it's something that they want is actually attainable for them, right? So you're using this interactive story to sell them on that journey, sell them on themselves as well, right? But you're not doing it with the saying, this is you, this is your story. What you are saying is, this is John, and John's going, oh, I don't know if I could be the best salesperson. I don't know if I could be the best property manager. I don't know if I could be the best car dealer, whatever it is, right? But what happens here is they're like, I want to be the best, though. John has something he's going for. And sometimes it's something that's monetary. Sometimes it's something that's prestige. Sometimes it's something that is whatever. There's a lot of things that people find that they want to achieve, right? Monetary things are one thing, but usually people want money because they want to be able to do something with that money, right? And sorry. So if you're looking at this, right, and you're thinking, okay, well, and you'll find this, and that's why you got to do the analysis on your own stories, because if this key element is missing, your story will fall flat. Oh, and we've got Evangelina, we've got Stefania, and we've got Erica. Woohoo! Florida, Central California, I'm assuming, and Canada. Woohoo! All right, so this is what's missing. Let me show you. I know it's a big reveal, okay? Hold tight. It's a long word. Oh, man. By the way, I just wanted to say, if you're here, it's so cool. I really appreciate it. I know you could be doing a million other things right now, but you're taking the time to learn about interactive storytelling, learn about how to up your skill because you want to deliver better things that have more impact, that change people's lives. And I am totally appreciative of that. So thanks so much for being here. It's super cool. And thanks for saying hi. Like, totally awesome. All right. So what's the big thing? Okay, it is lead transformation. Okay, and you're like, okay, Anna, what's the transformation? Well, let's talk about what that means, okay? So the transformation is for the character. So think about it this way. Let's go back to the classic Star Wars, right? In the beginning, we had Star Wars, Luke Skywalker, right? We're talking about episode 4 now. Luke Skywalker is, at the end, what we know about Luke Skywalker is he saves the universe, right? He saves the galaxy, not the universe, the galaxy. Now, here, he's a hero, right? Now, in the very beginning, what we could have had is some other dude who was flying planes, right? Who was already pretty skilled, actually save the galaxy. In fact, that probably would have been more probable, right? One of the pilots figures out how to do something and save the galaxy. But they're like, no, that's not going to be a compelling story. Just one of the guys who's already doing the job just gets the job done. Kind of lame. What are we going to do? We're going to make him like a guy who doesn't even fly. In fact, what's a guy who doesn't fly? Farm boy. We're going to make him farm boy. Not only is he going to be a farm boy, right? He's not only going to be a farm boy, he's going to be lazy and not disciplined at all. The opposite of what it takes to be a super pilot and save the galaxy, right? Now, this is why this story is so satisfying, because he's at this place right now where he's not able to achieve this thing that he wants, which is fame and adventure and awesomeness. He doesn't know what it takes. So he meets, along the way, he meets challenges. One of them's Yoda, right? But what happens is, the reason this journey is so satisfying is because we can compare where he came from to where he is, and there's such a stark contrast between the two. And he's achieved a transformation. He becomes a different person, right? And so when you think about your stories, like a lot of times you've gone through training like this that says, Jenny's new. This training is about helping her be not so new. Look, she's going to go through her policies. And at the end, she's going to know the policies. Boring. Yawn. Like nobody cares, right? Who cares? Jenny didn't grow. Jenny just accumulated a bunch of stuff in her head. How did Jenny's life change? Who did Jenny have to become the awesome superstar rockstar employee? What are the things that she needs to do? How does she need to grow? What challenges does she need to go through, right? To actually become the rockstar employee, the best new person ever, because she's so keen, and these are all the things she has to work through. So one of the things that's really cool. Hi, Shirley. Is one of the things that's really cool is when somebody jumps on this journey, right? You have to figure out what's holding them back. And the person that they are right here is not the same person who's gonna be able to do this, right? You know, you've probably heard that saying, the person you are today got you to this point. But to move to the next level, you have to become a different person. You have to re-engineer yourself. And that's what this interactive story is about. It's about selling this person on this journey of re-engineering yourself. That's what this is about. So your story is going to be more compelling if you craft a story where the beginning and the end are in stark contrast to each other as far as, success goes, right? So here, if this person is in an office and they're not doing so well, you're gonna be like, okay, Jim didn't meet the quota. Well, you gotta amp this up to make it even worse than it is. You gotta make this the worst day of his sales career, right? He had 4 people call in and yell at him. In fact, let's say one customer came in to tell him to never call on his business again. He got some hate mail that was written on toilet paper. He's on the verge of losing his job, and everybody thinks he's a total loser for not even trying. You gotta amp this up to make it the lowest low, so that the ending is the highest high, right? For this character. And it doesn't mean we're creating some sort of magical situation here. We're just putting all the things that could go wrong here and all the things that could go right here, so that the end is so much more satisfying, because look at where we came from. Look at who we were, right? That's why I mentioned Shrek. Shrek is an awesome story. If you haven't seen it, oh my God, you gotta watch it. But in the very beginning, Shrek is an ogre, obviously, but he's also putting up a sign that says, "Stay out of my swamp," right? He hates people. Well, he hates all creatures. He hates all magic. He doesn't have any friends, and he's quite an ogre, really. And at the end, he marries a princess, right? And what's crazy there is that you realize that, and he not only marries a princess, but also he's surrounded by friends, right? And that's, for him to make that transformation, we would have needed to see him being the ultimate loner and loser, really, to becoming this guy who people actually, or ogre, that people actually find funny and like, right? So all the things that he had to go through in order to become that new person, because the person that he was, the ogre that he was at the very beginning, was not capable of all those things at the very end, which is being understanding, being funny, being accepting, all those things that he needed to become, right? So that contrast can be done very quickly with just a few sentences, especially in your interactive story. Like I said, when we look at movies that are well done, that really leverage this this contrast, this transformation. If you look at something like a Pixar movie, they have to spend the first 11 minutes. It's a formula. First 11 minutes really setting this up, like that you care about the character and that you see how terrible their life is here, even if they don't see it themselves, right? And so, but what's cool was with an interactive story, you don't even have to do that. 11 minutes, that might be the duration of your entire experience, right? You can take a few strategically, placed words and sentences and actually set this up. Now, if you look at some of the work that I've done that's out there publicly, 9 sentences. 9 sentences replaces that whole 11-minute where you connect with the learner. Now, if you want to learn more about interactive storytelling and the examples that I have and see more examples of this in action, go to elearningsecrets.com. There I have a case study, and it actually walks you through, my framework, and also how this can be applied in different industries. Because a lot of people are like, Anna, but stories might not work for me. My people are too serious. And I'm like, yeah, but do they go home and watch Game of Thrones? Probably, right? They're into stories. Everybody's into stories. But what you need to do is figure out how do you leverage this story in the best way possible to get them to take the next action. Because really this interactive story is a catalyst for people to take action to the next piece, right? It's not a single bullet, silver bullet. It's not going to solve everything, but it is going to get people engaged and motivated to take the next step. And that's what you want, right? So I hope that was helpful and useful, and you had a little bit of an aha moment. If you did, I would love to hear that. So please tell me in the comments if you have any ideas or questions. Also, if you like this, I talk about interactive stories all day, every day, except Saturdays and Sundays. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it. And then the next time what happens is, or subscribe, what happens is next time you will actually see the pop-up notification that I'm going live, and you can join me and we can have a conversation about it. All right, so you guys, I hope this was helpful. I hope this takes your, interactive storytelling to the next level. And if you are using stories, that you consider this, because it's very essential. Oh, and Shirley's saying, yep, even those engineers love stories. And yeah, Shirley works with engineers, so that's awesome. Sweet. So that's fantastic. Glad to have you guys here. Like I said, I appreciate you hanging out and learning more about this. It's an absolute pleasure to see you guys engage. But if you have any questions, post them underneath. Otherwise, I will see you here again tomorrow. All right? Take care, everybody. Bye.